This is a good example of what not to do.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your very own personal board-certified criminal defense lawyer, coming to you with my Irish cufflinks to talk to you about Nicole Mitchell. Nicole Mitchell was a state senator who got convicted of 2 counts of first-degree burglary. Now, let's talk about burglary for a second. What is burglary? It's the breaking and entry of a home with the intention of doing what? Committing a crime therein. So that crime could be any number of things. It could be theft. It could be assault. It could be probably not trespass, because if you just go into somebody's home accidentally and you're trespassing, you're not really intended to commit a crime. So if you feel like you're a drunk, and like I did last night, and you go into the wrong house and you see the woman come up to you in her negligee and says, "Ooh, it's not," ooh, no, I'm just joking. That didn't happen. But if you, that's happened before. I've had people go into the wrong house intoxicated, and then they get charged with burglary, but they never meant to. They just were drunk, you know? But that's not what we have here. So Miss Mitchell, former state senator, as you can well see, she stole her father's ashes from her stepmom. Dad died. Stepmom has the ashes. I never really understood why the fucking ashes would be in your home. I mean, what are you going to do? Come on to dinner, buddy. And you set them on the fucking table. I mean, I don't get it. But anyway, we're going to watch a little body cam footage and then a little courtroom footage. I just don't understand how some people do these kinds of things. You know, and I can understand the nature of the emotional, you know, component when you lose somebody and you're like, okay, I just have to do this. And then the guidelines here are prison. It's a guaranteed prison sentence. All right, but before we get into this reaction, this is brought to you by somebody that Miss Mitchell should have called first, askalawyer.com. Askalawyer.com is $49. I want to go into my stepmother's home and steal my father's ashes. Is that a good idea? Well, for $49, she would have been told, no, it's not a good idea. Oh, thank you. I guess I won't do it. And then you go about your business, and guess what? You'd be free, and you'd still be a state senator. But anyway, but let's get to it. Or as they say in my neighborhood, let's get with it.
You know, in the house, a lot of motion underneath the stairs. Sounds like he's trying to get outside through a window. What's up for? Where to?
He's the other officers downstairs. We're trying to see if he's kind of bit off.
Here, watch out.
Generally, if you're trying to sneak out a window, you look guilty.
Police department.
And cops, like I've always said, have a tough job. Who wants to go into somebody's basement where you don't know what you're going to encounter? Remember that one case we had? I think it was Miss Shabusiness. It was Taylor Shabusiness. Cops go down and they find this bucket with body parts in it. I mean, fucking A. And all of a sudden it's dark and you don't know where anything is. You're tripping over everything. You know your own basement, right? You know, I know my grandma does. I never go down there and trip over my grandma because I know right where she is, sitting right in front of the boob tube, just picking her toenails, eating her Cheetos, and, you know, making her underwear stained.
How are you doing, my sweet child? You want to taste Grandma's cookies? Don't worry, I'll take great care of you.
Underneath the stairs. So it's in motion now? How's the motion? Is there a way to get underneath the stairs?
Now, mind you, this is a fucking sitting state senator. Somebody entrusted with making the laws of the state.
Sector 05, you can come up along those sectors, a long driveway right to the back of the residence.
another bathroom there.
around.
Now, if you don't want to be considered a burglar, don't fucking dress like a burglar. And don't hide. I mean, if she's on the up and up, if she's doing, nothing bad or illegal, what are you hiding for and why are you wearing dark colored clothes and dark colored cap? I mean, tell me she doesn't look exactly like what a burglar is supposed to look like. And she's a sitting state senator. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Hands behind your back.
Black pants, black shirt, black hat, quiet as church mouse.
There's some back to intentional. That's about 451.
Carol? Yeah? It's Nicole. It's Nicole?
It's Nicole? What the fuck are you doing in my basement, girl? What the hell? So what does she have to say here?
I was just trying to get a hold of my dad's things because he wouldn't talk to me anymore.
I just want to do something because you wouldn't talk to me anymore. Well, is the answer to put on a burglar outfit and go into somebody's house at night and scare the ever-loving shit out of them? There's varied degrees of burglary, right? Burglary in the first degree, second degree, third degree. And basically, if there's somebody in the home, it's burglary in the first degree. And that's a prison sentence. And here's the thing. If she was going through some emotional turmoil, you don't go to trial on something like this. And what you do is, you try to negotiate a deal. And if you can't negotiate a deal, maybe you get in front of the right judge and you do a straight plea.
Documents, I don't know. She's my stepdaughter.
I didn't steal any documents. How did I steal documents?
Cool, what's your last name?
Mitchell. You had your Aunt Nancy do it.
30 Becker Route 1015.
No one did anything.
Was there Nicole Mitchell in house?
Stand up. Check it.
No one stole anything here, Carol. I don't have anything on
Take her out
me.
if you want to talk to her.
You don't even have any dignity on you. I mean, you just have a burglar outfit on you. I mean, I still can't get over this burglar outfit. And down to the cap. I think she's blonde, if I'm not mistaken. Down to the fucking dark cap. I mean, tell me you don't look like a burglar. Don't want to be treated like a burglar? Don't look like a burglar. I mean, here's the other thing. She's lost everything. She got kicked out of the Senate. She's, all for what? Because you had an emotional tie to your dad's ashes?
Got anything on you?
No. I have a flashlight. That's it.
Okay. Go ahead.
A flashlight. Well, I guess that meant you were intending to sneak in through the dark. So more evidence of burglar.
Transitioning right here for 1015.
And when you think about it, when you are caught in a place you are not supposed to be, there's a doctrine in law called res ipsa loquitur, meaning the thing speaks for itself. I mean, she ain't supposed to be there. There's no legal excuse she has to be in this lady's basement, hiding from the cops.
10-4 or 10-15. Becker, you can clear 10-33.
10-4 clear, 1033 at 452. And I see a Nicole Mitchell in house.
Is it Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Mitchell? Anything else in here? Did
No,
you drop
there's
anything
not.
else?
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
Had it not been for the glint of your cat eye glasses, we never would have caught you.
She's gonna do what she's gonna do.
Okay.
My dad died last year. She's paranoid. Well, now she's really paranoid. But I have never.
I wouldn't be so paranoid if you weren't out to get me. I mean, she's paranoid somebody's in her fucking basement. Guess where you are? You're in her fucking basement. Jesus Christ, lady.
I have never done anything like this. You're gonna find it out. I'm a military commander, for God's sakes.
No, you're not. Not anymore.
Okay.
She's got severe Alzheimer, and there were just a couple things in my dad's I wanted to come get.
So therein, she's got the right to keep those things. Unfortunately, unless he's got a will that says otherwise, You know, the wife is the first line of defense. You know, the wife is the first person that gets everything. You know, and whether it's your first wife, second wife, third wife, doesn't matter. If he wants to provide for the children, he would. And if he didn't, because he just didn't do a will or didn't do something, it doesn't give you the right to go in the home and take her shit.
When everyone tried to help her right after the funeral.
She's trying to get money.
She kept, I can show you my bank account.
Well, let's go upstairs.
Have extensive resources.
And it really doesn't matter if what you're trying to steal is something of value. I mean, it could be something sentimental, like a postcard, you know, and if it's not yours, you don't have the right to it. And if you're breaking and entering to steal even a postcard, it's still a felony offense.
Obviously, I'm not good at this.
Obviously, I suck at burglarizing people. Guess what that is? That statement right there is a consciousness of guilt. So why they went to trial in this case is beyond me.
After the, okay. I'm sorry, we're leaving?
Yeah, we'll go to my car here quick. I'll let you sit down.
I'm sorry, are we leaving? You're not staying. You're not an invited house guest. You're going to be a guest of the Detroit Lakes Hilton. This happened in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
You wish to talk?
After the funeral, my aunts tried to help her. She thinks they stole from her when they were just trying to get her affairs in order.
Okay.
She has progressively cut off the family to include promising us some ashes that so we could bury them with the rest of the family.
Can I stop you quick?
Yeah.
What's your relationship to her?
Stepmother.
Stepmother? Okay.
But she's got Alzheimer's and she's gotten...
Alzheimer's is not a legal excuse. It doesn't give you the legal excuse to go into the home in a burglar outfit and burglarize.
I know this doesn't help. This is just going to prove the point. But she's gotten paranoid and thinks we're all out to get her and won't let anyone in the house. And I just wanted to get a couple of my dad's mementos. And that's all.
You can't do that. And here's the thing. I'm her lawyer. Let's say I'm her lawyer. I don't know who her lawyer was. You play on the heartstrings of the court. One of the reasons she probably went to trial in the case is because if she is a military commander and she is a state senator, those things, any kind of conviction whatsoever, is going to result in relieving her of those two posts, right? And so I can understand, you know, I can't take a deal because I'm going to lose everything. Well, you may not have a choice. So the choice may just be, you know, I mean, tell me what the defense is here, other than mental health. There isn't one. And there isn't even a mental health because she can tell you that she knows right from wrong, and she doesn't seem like she's incompetent. So right there, you got a problem. And so really what it is, yeah, and the other statement that she made, you know, that you won't talk to me, well, that's probably because she fucking hates you. And just because somebody hates you and you're having this emotional connection to your dad's things, understandable, just absolutely understandable. But get some therapy, you know, not only get some therapy, make amends. That was where this case needed to be. I can understand having the emotional attachment to things, and now this woman is sort of taking your dad away and she's taking your dad's stuff. I get that, you know, and that's where the case goes. You know, it's not on guilt or innocence because she's guilty of sin right there, right? She broke in and entered without permission of the homeowner with the intention of stealing stuff. And she already told you that. So, I mean, the fact that the woman may have Alzheimer's, which is probably not true, doesn't give her a legal excuse.
Okay. So what kind of mementos?
A couple pictures and maybe one of his shirts.
One of his what?
One of his flannel shirts.
Okay. And then, how'd you get in the house tonight? Yep.
That window.
The window? Okay, which window?
So she's admitted to what she was going to take. She's admitted to breaking in through a window, and she looks like a burglar. So, I mean, where's the defense? There is no defense.
Window.
Where the bag was.
Or the bag? I didn't go back there. I found it, so I'm just... So, what's in the bag?
Couple laptops.
Okay, couple of laptops. Yeah, those mementos? I don't think so.
Your laptops or someone else's?
My laptops.
Okay. Nothing else in there?
Water.
Water? Did you park? Yeah. Did you park or anything?
Yeah, I parked over on the side street.
Okay, what kind of car is it?
A Prius.
Prius? Okay.
She looks like somebody who would drive a Prius, doesn't she?
Okay. All right. So you got through the basement window? I haven't been back there yet, so. And you're doing it, so this used to be your
37 do you have Carolyn?
Yeah,
Nicole?
I used to be here all the time.
So what got you to this stage where you thought this was...
Oh, 5 out clear. Gotcha.
The ashes, I think.
The ashes?
Scene record, what do you got?
See, the ashes aren't worth anything, right? I mean, the urn might be worth something, I suppose, but not more than like $500 usually. But like I said, it doesn't matter the value of whatever you're trying to take. And there could have been a different way for her to go about this. And being a state legislator, she knows what the laws are, doesn't she? She should.
Have you tried to talk to her before this?
RP, it sounds like an ex-boyfriend, possible PTSD.
We had a fight over the ashes situation, and she, at least right now, wouldn't talk to me. It's just gotten progressively worse.
How long has it been since you last talked to her? Month? Okay. All right, so right now you're under arrest
So it's only been a month. I mean, that's not that long.
for burglary, okay?
Even if I didn't take anything?
You broke in the house with an intent to commit a crime, so that's burglary. So.
Even if you didn't leave with anything, your intention is to leave with something. So it's breaking and entering with the intention of committing a crime. You don't have to actually commit the crime.
Okay, I mean, you're definitely dressed for it. I understand your situation, but you still can't. I mean,
That's an observant cop right there. You're definitely dressed for the burglary.
There's other ways to try to go through it, so.
State Senator admits it was wrong to break into her stepmother's home.
But on the stand today, she said she only did it because she was concerned. Our Jonah Kaplan has been watching Mitchell's testimony today. Jonah.
There's so much to unpack here. Mitchell spending a good 5 hours on the stand and counting, direct testimony, cross-examination, going head-on into the central accusation of this case. What was she doing in her stepmother's home, and did she think she was doing anything wrong?
To me, I understand that I did the wrong thing. To me, it felt different because it was my parents' house. And I had a key, and I'd been in and out of there for years.
I had a key, so that's why I went in through a window. I mean, give me a break. You knew what you were doing. You dressed like a fucking burglar. You went in through a window. You were hiding in an enclosed space so the cops wouldn't find you.
According to Mitchell, she quietly went into the house to check on her stepmother, but she wanted to do it in a way that didn't disturb her, so...
Really? Like holding an axe over her fucking head? I mean, that's what she seems like. Look at this. That's creepy as fuck right there. I mean, I wanted to get in there in a way that wouldn't disturb her. Give me a break. This is the most disturbing thing I've seen in a long time. Wouldn't you just freak out if you saw somebody like that? You'd have a heart attack.
Oh, she did. Her stepmother woke up and was startled. Mitchell described the initial confrontation.
I was afraid of a confrontation, and I kind of dashed into the hall, and then she chased me.
funny that she didn't take the spirit with which you intended this encounter.
Did you go into Carol Mitchell's bedroom to harm her in any way?
Oh, no.
Did you go into...
You don't have to harm her. The intention is not to harm her. The intention is to go there to commit a crime.
Into Carol Mitchell's bedroom to get the gun that was in there?
I had no idea there was a gun, or if there was one.
See the look on her face? That's the look of somebody who wasn't prepared for this direct testimony.
Do you regret going into Carol Mitchell's bedroom?
I mean, if I hadn't, I would have left. We wouldn't be here today.
In other words, if I hadn't, I wouldn't have gotten caught.
The former senator is getting grilled right now on cross-examination by prosecutors. And one of the tough questions, why would the jury believe her when she's caught on tape telling police a different story? How she responded to that, that's all coming up, new at 5.
All right, thank you, Jonah.
A state senator admits that she broke into her stepmother's home. Today, she described what happened when her stepmother found her.
Kind of patted me a little bit and said, "What the hell are you doing here?" And it sounded like her mad voice.
Gee, can you imagine what the hell are you doing here dressed like a fucking burglar in my house? You know, stepchildren can either have a really, it seems like they either have a really good relationship or a really bad relationship with the step-parent.
That was just one of many memorable exchanges from the former senator's day on the witness stand. Jonah Kaplan is at the live desk to break that down.
You know, Aaron, you don't have to be so familiar with all the details of this case to understand the many layers to it. This is a family drama in the wake of an aging parent's death. Many of us go through the same things. The question is, what line, if any, did Nicole Mitchell cross? Was it an ethical one or a legal one? Take a listen to how Mitchell defended her unconventional visit to her.
To me, it felt different because it was my parents' house and I had a key.
That's called a sense of entitlement. You know, and you could kind of understand that. You grew up there. You know, this is where that used to be my bedroom. You know, now this woman who's not even related to either parent, you know, was, you know, the former wife of my dad who's dead. She has the house, and it just. But you came in through a fucking basement window, dressed like the Burgermeister. I mean, what the fuck is your problem?
And I'd been in and out of there for years.
But not like that. You've been invited, maybe, but you weren't invited.
Direct testimony took all morning and then into the early afternoon. Mitchell explaining all she really wanted to do was check on her stepmom. And if she wanted something of her late father, she would have asked for it. But prosecutors hit back with how Mitchell told another story to police. And then they grilled her on whether the jury should take any stock into what she's saying.
One of the things that you have is a situation where your story changes over time, you know, and a jury can be given the falsus in uno, falso in omnibus. In other words, if you're lying about one thing, you're lying about everything. And you can disregard the entire testimony if you believe one thing is a lie. That's a standard jury instruction that you could get. When you have that, you know, think about it this way. You can destroy a marriage with one lie, right? You could have all these other great things you've done in your life, but you tell one lie and you could destroy a marriage or a friendship.
So your biggest rationale for what you characterize as deceiving, lying to law enforcement is that you didn't want Carol to get upset with your statements.
That I thought if we calmed it down, she would drop the charges.
Sure. But the problem with that story is that you were with the officers much longer outside of her presence than with her presence, right? And you continued the story. You repeatedly said you were there to take your dad's things, even when Carol wasn't present. Correct?
She didn't own them. And that's a problem for her.
Correct.
Nicole Mitchell was on the stand for more than 5 hours. The defense plans to call 2 more witnesses tomorrow. Esme Murphy is in Detroit Lakes. We'll have more tonight on the news at 6.
All right, Jonah, thank you. You can watch extended coverage of the state senator's trial. That's streaming tonight on CBS News Minnesota.
All right, so she has her trial. She testifies for 5 hours. But remember what I said about the doctrine of res ipsa loquitur, meaning the thing speaks for itself. Sometimes lawyers, go down a particular path and they think that it's the right path. They think it addresses, whatever, and it's not. It doesn't even come close to touching on the issues. But that could also be because, touch on the elements of a crime. That could also be because they just don't have anything else to work with. And the defense lawyer in this case did not have much to work with. We, the jury, find the defendant in the above entitled action. Nicole, Hamburglar, Mitchell.
As to count 1, we, the jury, find the defendant, Nicole Lynn Mitchell, guilty of the charge of burglary in the first degree.
Oh, no.
Signed by the foreperson and dated on today's date. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your unanimous verdict as to count 1? Respond.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. All right. As to count 2, we, the jury, find the defendant, Nicole Lynn Mitchell, guilty of the charge of possession of burglary or theft tools. And it's signed by the foreperson and dated on today's date.
She can only really be convicted of one of these two, right? I mean, she's going to go to prison, and it's all kind of one course of conduct.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your unanimous verdict?
Yes.
All right. Would either counsel like the jury polled?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. All right. Then, ladies and gentlemen, you may be excused at this time. Thank you for your time, dedication, and commitment to this trial.
I don't know what her defense cost. Probably a lot. There was a guy here, Larry Craig. He was a senator from, I think, Oregon, something like that. So one of the western states. And he came through Minneapolis. And he pled to disorderly conduct. He was sitting in a stall in the bathroom at the airport. And he did something underneath the stall, and there was a cop next to him because it was a sting, basically. And they were trying to get, bust men who were trying to get it on in the bathroom.
Let me be clear. I am not gay. I never have been gay.
He pled guilty to disorderly conduct very quickly, which was probably the right thing to do. But then everybody said, okay, on the balance of things, we need to have this reversed. So they hire, I can't remember the guy's name, some guy out of D.C. who doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And I can't remember what the legal fees in that case were, but it was just a misdemeanor case, right? And I think there was like over $100,000 to have him withdraw his plea, and it didn't go anywhere. And it's all campaign money, so nobody gives a shit, right? And so I don't know what her defense cost, but, she's looking at major prison time, and all for what? All you had to do is talk to stepmom. And if stepmom won't talk to you, then you leave it alone. My dad's a state. I don't talk to my sisters. I hate that we don't speak. But you think I was going to break into my dad's house? When it was time for, I wasn't going to do that. You don't have the right to do that. This is a good example of what not to do when you're overwrought with emotion. And I think she probably was overwrought with emotion, but what she did, she's going to get what they call a trial tax, because she probably could have gone in early on, pled guilty, received a reduced sentence, maybe go some grief counseling, that kind of thing, and show the court that you're particularly amenable to probation, you've accepted responsibility. That's where the case should have gone. But instead, she wants a full-blown trial. She testifies, in a way that's not really consistent with what she said before. So it's kind of like obstruction of justice. In the federal system, she probably would get an obstruction enhancement. And it's just, the decision to do this is just so wrong. Like that incident I was telling you about, Larry Craig, who was from Idaho, I guess. I got that wrong. But he was from Idaho. His team spent $200,000 in campaign funds. And then a court of appeals said, look, that was wrong to use those. So he had to pay that back, plus a $45,000 fine, all because he wanted to get a little action in a bathroom stall at the airport. So that's been our reaction to Senator Nicole Mitchell, found guilty on both counts, going to prison. Sorry, Nicole. Should have done something different with your burglar outfit. You look like the Hamburglar. We'll see you next time here in Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your board-certified criminal defense lawyer. We have these black-on-black stop self-snitching hats. This is a shirt. And I don't know if you can see it all that well, but it's really nice. And I'm going to be wearing that on my two-wheeler. So go to clrbrucerivers.com for all your merch needs. You've got a birthday coming up, don't you? Well, tell all your people. Give me some merch. And go to Facebook. We're bumping that up. TikTok, Instagram, everything. We'll see you next time here at Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away.
23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God.